Hello, it's Jessica with Jar Reviews. I saw a deal on Groupon. I think it was like 30 something dollars for it's called BioBidet BBC-70 Simplet. Um, I always spent some time in Japan, and one thing that I really liked was the fact that they had bidets on toilets. It's a great sanitary option to have in the household. So I saw this deal, and it was like 30 something dollars, and it looked like it had good ratings. So I'm gonna go through the installation of it, and then I'll review it afterwards. So the first thing that you want to do always, obviously, is check to make sure you have everything. This comes with the manual, and then it comes with the system, and then we go into our manual and we try to see what's we're gonna need. We're gonna need a wrench and a Phillips screwdriver, and we're gonna need to have the parts list. That's very important. The parts list say that it should come with one bidet. Yeah, we already saw that. A 7/8 inch T adapter, braided metal hose, protective O-rings, and an owner's manual, which we had. So the 7/8 T adapter is going to be this part right here. And then the braided metal hose, and then the O-rings, which are the two black rubber ones. Then you want to go through the manual and read the directions before you actually attempt to do the project, because that will help go faster. So I've already done that, and I'm going to attempt to do this by myself. Okay? So the first step that we're going to do says that we're going to shut off the water supply by turning it to the right and disassemble the water hose. So that's back here at the end of the toilet, and that's what we're going to do. So here we are at the back of the toilet. Again, we're shutting the water supply by turning it to the right. All right, I've turned it all the way to the right. They do mention do not over tighten, because you could end up snapping something and breaking something, and that could be an expensive part. Then they say you need to flush the toilet. If you read the directions first, you'll notice that they say this in first order and then second order, but then in the second order it says flush toilet to drain water inside of toilet water tank before disassembling the water hose. So the first step was shut water supply by turning it to the right and disassemble the water hose. Well, obviously we want to drain the water inside the water tank before disassembling the hose. And it's probably going to take a couple times here. You can see that there's still water in the toilet. So we're going to do that again. Oops, I guess I have to wait a minute. It's probably going to, it has to go through all the water in that tank as well. So I'll save you some time in that step. So now we have, when you hear that, the tank is empty. So now we're going to remove the existing seat and lid. Release the bolts on both sides of the existing toilet seat. Now, as you can see from mine, in the beginning of this booklet, they show you this. I think mine is probably going to be set up a little bit different, because we obviously see the Phillips screws right there. Sorry if it's kind of gross. Plumbing is always kind of gross. Everything's a learning experience, obviously. I'm starting to take apart the toilet, and then I realized that there's these caps on here. You just flip up the caps. You start untwisting this to the left, and then underneath there is this, and then you can untighten that. So that's going to lift the toilet up that way. I was making it more complicated than it was. So each toilet has different. One of the things I recommend having is Clorox disinfectant wipes around. Obviously, as this was a used house, so in my case, I obviously want to clean the toilet so that, like when there's this other grimy, rusting stuff and, you might as well clean under it before you put everything back up. So that would be my recommendation for this project as well. When disconnecting the water hose, I find that it's probably easiest to get a good grip on the flat parts and twist and take off the bottom part first, because that will allow me to take off the other one easier at the top, because as you can see, this water hose is twisted, so when I keep doing it, it's going to twist this top part stronger and stronger. So I need to unloosen this first before I start up here. Okay, so I said that you needed to twist this bottom part down easier because it was going to be this top part easier. Now, one thing I should mention that I learned is this part is connected to this pump thing, and it was really hard to untighten. So the only way I could do it was hold this with one hand, because originally I tried to go in there with 2 wrenches, and that was not easy at all. So then I finally held the inside, and then I'm twisting this last part off. Ta-da. Okay. Next, we're going to connect the supplied universal 7/8 inch T valve to fill valve underneath of toilet, and connect the water supply hose between the universal 7/8 and shut off valve. So this one's going to connect to this in here. This one's going to go back into the top of the toilet, and then the other one's going to go back into the shut off valve, which is here. Next, we've reconnected everything the way it was originally, except now we have got the 7/8 inch T valve under there. Now we're going to mount the bidet and toilet seat lid over the toilet mounting holes. Supplied rubber O-rings should be placed under the bidet mounting bracket to protect and secure the bidet and the toilet. So we're going to do that under the toilet seat. We're going to use the O-rings to go over there, these holes. Next, we're going to take the water supply hose, this new one, and connect it to under the bidet inlet, which is this piece underneath here, and to the universal T valve, which is that new piece there. Okay, now as you can see, it's connected to underneath there to over there, and that should be that last step. Okay, we're down to that last portion of installation. It doesn't mention it in the book, but you'll want to turn back on the valve, fill the tank back up, make sure that's good. Check that there's no leaking down there now since you did this whole new installation, and then actually test the product, which I would recommend not doing what I did, which was standing in front going, ooh, let me test this, and turning on the knob and then spraying the whole front of me. I do have to say that the water pressure was good, but now I have this lovely piece of material all over me that's completely wet. So don't do what I did. Last but not least, I wanted to mention, looks like some of the products that the metal portion is made with brass. That should mean that it would hold up over time, and it's pretty good quality. Of course, there's some ABS parts, which is like plastic. For $30, you're probably doing pretty well, considering like the Japanese ones that are really nice are pretty expensive. I am in no way a plumber. You know, I am just a normal homeowner showing you how to do this, so there's no liability things. You know, it just is what it is. I'm showing you how I did it, what my mistakes were, how I did it, and how it ended up coming together. And last but not least, bottoms up. Good luck.